Good afternoon, and congratulations to you, the class of 2021. It's with distinct pride that I address you here on this auspicious occasion. Today we mark the completion of your law school education and the beginning of your continuing education in the law as active and committed participants. Typically, I would give these remarks in person at the Academy of Music in front of you and all of the people who supported your path to this remarkable achievement. And in the midst of all that we've achieved together in the past year, that is worth celebrating. I acknowledge my own sadness, like yours, at not being able yet to fully be together on this occasion. Nothing has been typical about the past year, and yet I've seen in you and in our overall law school community a few constants even amidst this pandemic. First, you didn't get here alone, and we are also so appreciative of all of the family, friends, teachers, mentors, and colleagues who have supported you every step of the way. Second, in your time here, you have collectively displayed the collaboration, collegiality, and care for others that makes this school such a special place. This last year has been marked by masks, quarantines, distancing, weekly tests, daily symptom checks, and a whole lot of hand sanitizer. You've taken these precautions to heart and allowed us to open our building this year and then operate continuously throughout the year as a safe and secure learning environment, even if an unusual one. We couldn't have gotten to this point without your flexibility and responsibility on and off campus, and my colleagues and I are really grateful for that. And of course, what has always been true, no matter the public health circumstances, is that whether you were here for 3 years or just one, you have realized and embodied the best vision of this law school's education. You've completed a rigorous interdisciplinary course of study in which over 3/4 of you as JD graduates are also leaving Penn with a degree or certificate from another part of this great university. You've demonstrated a commitment to lawyering in the public interest that I urge you to maintain throughout your careers, wherever they may take you, performing tens of thousands of hours of pro bono service locally, nationally, and globally. And you've applied your talents and values to leading our campus community in over 80 student groups whose activities range from important and robust political debates and discussions of inclusion and exclusion to more lighthearted yet also important social and athletic activities. To so many of you who were student leaders in these groups over the past couple years, thank you for keeping your presence and role and your groups active even remotely during the past year. Your voice and activities were essential all the more in a year when we couldn't be physically together. My colleagues and I had a good sense of your outstanding credentials and experience and backgrounds before you ever entered this law school. And you've continued only to impress us more and all of those who've known you since then. Joining me in congratulating you and celebrating you today virtually are my colleagues on the Penn Law faculty and staff, distinguished alumni, and other friends of the law school. Collectively, we celebrate your achievements, celebrate your opinions and values, celebrate your potential amid the uncertainties our profession faces and the unknowable twists and turns that your own careers will take in the years and decades ahead. We send you out into a world that is changing rapidly, where many challenges and opportunities await and where historical inequities persist and cry out for better and fairer resolution. We've seen the truth of this all too clearly in the past year. And we've done our best to provide you with many of the tools, the knowledge, the analytical skills to meet those challenges and solve the deep problems in our legal, political, social, and economic systems that my generation, like so many before us, has not done enough to adequately solve. There is plenty of work remaining for you to do, and we know that you will do it. But while we've given you top-flight training for these future endeavors, we didn't give you that most important attribute for you going forward, your inherent sense of justice and motivation to tackle problems that face our country and our world. It's important to acknowledge and celebrate another attribute that you have that we here at the law school can't take primary credit for, and it is this sense of justice and a principled distinction of right and wrong that you brought here and nurtured here, but you came to us with that. This internal compass you had far before you came to law school. I've seen it firsthand while you've been here, and it's inspired me and my colleagues to rethink our own assumptions and operations and evolve to do better and do more ourselves. And you will carry it through your careers wherever they take you. Nurture this sense of justice, protect it, and let it be your guide as you encounter tough decisions in the years ahead. And at the same time that you nurture your core values, always be ready to challenge them, revise them in response to new experiences you have, new information, and expose yourself to smart and ethical people whose sense of justice might be slightly different than your own. As you combine this sense of justice with the formidable legal skills you've learned here, you can take strong, principled positions. That's what the best lawyers do across a wide range of practice settings. And as I acknowledge your own principles that you carry with you, I also want to thank here the many people in virtual attendance today who've helped you develop your sense of justice and who are even more proud of you than we are, even more responsible for your success and your achievement. And that's your parents, your families, your partners and spouses, your children in some cases, friends, and whether you're long distance from them today or whether you're sitting with them watching this ceremony, please join me in showing them appreciation for all that they've done in your lives, and I join in that appreciation. Thank you. We know, based on long experience and even more from recent data, like last year's class of 2020, where as of today, 257 of the 258 JD graduates are in long-term full-time jobs, that as Penn Law graduates, you are as well poised as any law graduates in the country to enter your career and to launch with an excellent job in the coming months. Yet even as you prepare for that first job, I encourage you to remember that a job is different than a career. And for many of you, this job will only be the first step in a winding path in the law or outside of it, a career that might go down multiple different directions you never would have expected. Every year, I have the privilege of talking with hundreds of alumni. And at our reunion events, whether in person or virtual, I talk to alumni who've been out of law school for 5 years or 25 years or 55 years and everything in between. And I always hear the same two-part refrain from these law school graduates who span the decades. Number one, I never would have imagined in law school that I'd be doing this today. And number two, I couldn't be doing this today or gotten here without the lessons I learned at this law school. So you're all poised to achieve this kind of success, and new opportunities will present themselves over the course of your career, opportunities that might not even exist today. Be open to these opportunities and resist the temptation to chart out your careers too far in advance. If this past year has taught us anything, it's taught us how fragile and fraught our human plans and expectations for the future can be. But it's also taught us, and taught me, who is so privileged to be your dean, how remarkably resilient, adaptable, intelligent, and committed you are, even as the world changes dramatically around you. That doesn't change. And you're going to be moving on after today into this world of tremendous change, both for yourselves and for our profession, and indeed for the world around us. But one thing is always going to remain constant. You are all part of this law school community for your lifetimes, and that doesn't end once you receive your degree. This will always be your law school. As the faculty, staff, and alumni watching this virtual ceremony can attest, you will always have a home here. To all of you, I extend my deepest congratulations to all of you in the class of 2021. Thank you and good luck.
Congratulations to all of our law school graduates, and near and dear to my heart, our Master in Law degree recipients. I'm deeply honored to be with you today, albeit virtually, and to be a part of this celebration where we honor you and recognize all that you've accomplished here at Penn Cary Law while earning your Master in Law degree. That alone would be cause for pride and celebration, for it speaks volumes about you, your intellect, determination, creativity, and humility, with a willingness to start something brand new despite years of experience and expertise in your fields outside of the law. But of course, each of you has done so much more. Each of you represents so much more to us, excelling here in our law school classrooms, while also leading and excelling in your professional and academic careers outside of the law school. We are humbled by you, we are in awe of you, and we are so proud to be associated with you. What has impressed and inspired me, and those fortunate to know you along the way, is the exquisite combination of personal qualities apparent among all of you: humility, joy, and a generous spirit. Despite your accomplishments outside of the law school, none of you expected recognition or special treatment for who you are, leaders and change makers in each of your fields. You approached each class with a deep respect for the law and for our institution, with humility and an open mind, eager to learn and anxious to contribute. You have undertaken your studies here with a joy that is both endearing and infectious, with gratitude, delighted to be part of our community. You have given so generously of your time and talents, never hesitating when we ask for a lot or a little, be it an interview, video, or podcast, connecting with interested students, or supporting each other. There is so much talent and promise packed into this cohort of 28 distinguished graduates. Some among you have already put to good use the education and skills acquired here. leveraging your positions of influence to challenge bias and other industry norms in need of change in big tech, finance, and other fields. You are change leaders building on already impressive careers of social impact. Leadership is a quality present in each of you. One of you is a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army, one a chief financial officer, another a chief operating officer, and several of you are directors across industries. You are scientists and faculty here at Penn, and one of you is a professor at Middlebury College. Several of you have worked diligently to earn degrees alongside of your Master in Law degree. These include master's and doctoral degrees from Wharton, the Schools of Engineering, Education, Social Policy and Practice, our medical school, and our School of Dental Medicine. And many of you are giving back to Penn, contributing to our traditions of excellence that make Penn a great place to work and study. Every single one of you has given so much to Penn Carey Law and to our Master in Law community. We are left so incredibly enriched by your intellect and ingenuity, so strengthened by your presence, and considering your tremendous talents and unlimited promise, we are supremely confident about a bright future for all of us, despite the enormous challenges we all face in today's world. It has been my great honor and privilege to get to know each of you and to experience firsthand your warmth, collegiality, and vast potential, and I simply cannot wait to see what the future holds. I look forward in the many years ahead to an even deeper engagement with you as friends, and from this day forward, fellow alumni here at now our beloved alma mater, Penn Carey Law. On behalf of the entire Penn Carey Law community, I extend our deepest gratitude, our heartiest congratulations, and our warmest of welcomes into our family of thousands, that is our family of Penn Carey Law alumni, of which you will forever be a valued and integral part. Today is a wonderful day. Enjoy every moment. Congratulations.
Dean Ruger, honorable faculty, graduates, colleagues, and guests. It is an honor to offer reflections on this momentous day for the 2021 class of Master in Law students. Just a year ago, I too was in your same place, remotely connected with my graduating class, viewing the ceremony from my home while sheltering in place with my husband. It was a very private ceremony and even more meaningful in many ways. However, given that some members of our class are serving and continue to serve on the front lines of this pandemic, I am sure that some of them may have completely missed the entire ceremony. In any case, I hope that you and your family are safe and well as we as a nation continue to navigate our way out of this global crisis. As additional context, we also find ourselves beset by a national reckoning on the impact of structural racism on our society, on the lives of Black and brown Americans that has existed for centuries. And for some of us, this became a rude awakening, and for others of us, continued affirmation of the existence of visible and invisible barriers to change. We have witnessed the impact of the hatred for quote-unquote others embedded in the roots of racism, as evidenced by a surge in violence against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders and unarmed Black men and women who continue to lose their lives at the hands of police. Indeed, these battles are not new, as noted by the late Judge A. Leon Higginbotham, who once stated, and I quote, "I sometimes feel as if I am watching justice die." End quote. We have once again the chance as a nation to recover the promise of a more perfect union, as outlined by the founding fathers of this nation. We have the chance, but the question will be, how far will we go this time? As Master in Law students, we collectively entered a new world of language and thinking when we decided to enter the doors of Penn Carey Law. We deepened our understanding of the impact of words on policy and the manner in which phrases can be interpreted in a multitude of dimensions, sometimes for a political purpose and at times on behalf of a greater good and higher purpose. We understand how the courts can not only reaffirm current culture, but also shape culture for the next generation. These are some of our lessons learned for those of us who tackle Dean Ruger's constitutional law class. I would like to think, in fact, I challenge you with the new knowledge gained in earning the degree of Master in Law. We have a new lens to view the world and apply it to our daily work for the greater good. I know that we may be considered a small community of colleagues. However, our diversity makes us ever more powerful. Who are we? With your graduating class of 28, we alumni of this Master in Law program, number 111, and we have combined this degree with our fundamental knowledge gained in undergraduate studies, such as anthropology, business administration, chemical engineering, philosophy, and political science. Some of us also are using the added benefit of graduate studies in areas such as communications, medicine, regulatory affairs, social work, and urban studies. In this year's graduating class, 37% pursued another master's, doctorate, or PhD along with the ML degree in areas such as education, social policy, engineering, and social work. This year's graduating class represents collectively 325 years of professional experience, which surpassed the ML class of 2020 by 56%. With all that professional experience and education, now enhanced by the acquisition of the ML degree, our knowledge and experience dwarfs what our numbers may suggest otherwise. Martin Luther King once stated, and I quote, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter," end quote. Of course, I don't expect everyone to be part of a social justice movement or to even understand the message embedded in my words. However, I do expect that when policies are presented or words are expressed, you will remember the lessons learned while earning your ML degree and create new bridges for change that will be sustained. Congratulations, ML 2021 graduates.
Casey Barnes. Naomi Black. Destiny Brown. Angela Maria Cabrera. Sean Cusack. Katarina Yarasapoulou Papa.
To our Master in Law graduates, thank you for what you've offered Penn Law at your time at the school. The richness of discussions in classes and courses such as mine has been much improved because of what you've been able to offer, your insights, your perspectives, your experiences. So congratulations on your graduation from Penn, and good luck as you continue your careers.
Master of Law students, congratulations on having reached the goal you set yourself. You set out to complete a sustained study of law, and you've met that goal. Take a moment to reflect on the times when the task seemed too onerous or too unworthy and the goal too distant. You persevered and thrived in the process. Take a moment to reflect on what you hope to learn about your work, the community, or the world we live in. Then take a moment to reflect on what you have learned and how this both met and exceeded your expectations. Then move on and use this knowledge to make the world a better place.
Graduates, congratulations. You made it. You survived. You made it through these most interesting of times, and you survived hours and hours trapped in rooms with law students, worse, law professors. But you're here now. You're done. Except that although you may now be a Master of Law, None of us, not you, not me, not any of your professors, has truly mastered the law. This is not the end, it is a beginning. It is a beginning, I hope, of a lifelong process of learning and loving the law as much as we do. So good luck in your endeavors, in your next positions, taking with you the lessons that you've learned from us, but never stop. In the law, your princess is always in another castle.
Lauren Grisho Shade. Stephen Holroyd. Andre Elias. Shuhan Lee. Stephen Moore. Tim Wen.
Greetings to the graduating ML students. Congratulations on a job really well done. You've enriched the law school and you've enriched my classes. We're grateful for that. I also wish you the best in your future careers. My fondest hope is that your year with us will enrich that career as well. Good luck again and congratulations again.
Congratulations, Master-in-Law Class of 2020-2021. It has been a pleasure to follow each of your paths through the Master-in-Law program. Today we honor all that you have accomplished.
Bravo! Congratulations, University of Pennsylvania, Master of Law, Class of 2021, on your well-deserved success. I'm very pleased to be able to share in the excitement of your graduation day, even if we can't meet in person. I hope you enjoyed your time at the law school. It's a very special place, and we're thrilled to have you as part of the Penn Law School community. Whether you're staying at the university or moving on, best wishes for the next stage of your life and your career.
Here we are, May 16, 2021. My dear Master-in-Law degree candidates. Graduates. Such a momentous day for you. Words can't express how lucky I feel to have had the privilege of being behind the scenes during your Master-in-Law journey. Your collective successes, wisdom, intelligence is quite frankly awe-inspiring, and I've learned so much from you. Today represents not only a recognition of your accomplishments so far, but of accomplishments that I know will continue when tomorrow comes and well into the future. Looking forward as we embark in our new relationship, please know that the open door policy doesn't close when you graduate. In fact, it stays and will remain wide open. Congrats, Master-in-Law Class 2021, University of Pennsylvania, Carey Law School.
Chandra Sekha Nukala. Manunya Nuth. Christina Palandro. George Pandya. Nizinga Latricia Patterson.
Hi, this is John Grogan, and I want to congratulate you on your graduation. It's a wonderful achievement. I enjoyed teaching you, and I look forward to seeing the wonderful things that you do in the future. Take care.
Congratulations, Master-in-Law graduates. I wish I was there in person to help you celebrate, and I hope you have a fantastic day.
Congratulations, ML Class of 2021. You have made so many invaluable contributions to our community. You've brought your diverse perspectives from various disciplines and professions and walks of life to our hallways and classrooms and Zoom rooms. You have reminded us of the consequences of what we do in the world of law school and in the world of law itself, and how it has impacts on the world that we can only imagine with your help. Thank you for all that you have taught us and for all you have done to enrich our school and our community. You are moving on, but please know that you'll leave a lasting legacy and example for all of us to follow. Please don't be strangers. We look forward with great anticipation to hearing about the next chapters in your lives and careers. In the meantime, congratulations and best of luck to all of you.
Oren Raisingani. Eugenia Song. Julia Verslavic. Dustin Webster. Siyu Flannery Zhu.
Hi, congratulations to all of you on graduating from Penn Law. I know it has been a challenge and in more ways than one. The big disappointment to me is that I have not been able to get to know you better in person. While Zoom has been wonderful in some respects, it hardly makes up for everything. Anyway, I hope that sometime in the future we can connect and that you will return to the law school frequently. In the meantime, I wish you the best of success and good health.
Little toast to the Master-in-Law's class of 2021. You came to Penn Law with the most remarkable and wide-ranging expertise imaginable, and you've used it to make the law school an even better place. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you.
Brian Boyle. Ethel Joy Bullard Moore. Salvatore Caputo. Tracy Caputo. Casey Scott. Kirk Trasborg.
Congratulations, sis. I'm so proud of you, as always.
But I want to say congratulations for graduating. I love you. I done seen you work for so long.
Congratulations, Natalie.
We're so proud of you.
I'm so proud of all you've been able to do.
We love you, Natalie.
Félicitations.
Congratulations.
Hello, University of Pennsylvania Law School class of 2021. I am delighted to be able to offer my warmest congratulations to you. As graduates, you've worked really hard to get to this point in your professional journey, and I hope that you'll be able to do something fun in celebration of this great achievement. Your graduation from law school is a milestone, and it is also a huge accomplishment, especially during this extremely challenging year. I'm sure that when you accepted the offer of admission to come to the University of Pennsylvania to study law, this is probably not at all how you imagined your eventual graduation day would be. We have all been upended by the COVID-19 pandemic, but I am acutely aware of the difficult circumstances that you have faced as a student in particular during this extraordinary time. One of my daughters was a freshman in college this year, and she took all of her classes online from home, which could not be more different than the typical college experience. She was certainly grateful to be able to continue her studies during a time in which there was literally nothing else to do, but she was also deeply disappointed that her entry into college was so dramatically different than what she had hoped for and expected. So I know that your last year as a graduate student was not at all what you thought it would be, and that's really hard. But as I've said to my daughter, I hope that you will one day be able to recognize and appreciate one aspect of this experience, and it is this. This past year has provided you with a relatively unique opportunity to demonstrate your own capacity for resilience at an early point in your professional journey. And that is an important realization, both in legal practice and in life. Think about it for a second. However you handled coursework and classes and exams and interactions with students and professors prior to 2019, once the law school pivoted as a result of COVID-19 and you had to adapt quickly to dramatically changed and unexpected circumstances, you fundamentally altered the way in which you studied and processed and learned. And not only did you make that change, but we're here today because you ultimately thrived. Sure, your predecessors had their own challenges. You know, they had to walk to school during Snowmageddon, uphill both ways. But you were able to complete your legal studies and earn a professional degree in the midst of a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. So, in addition to being able to play the ultimate storytelling trump card, tell me, what can possibly stop you now? The bar exam? A less than robust job market? Unreasonable filing deadlines set by an overworked and cranky judge? Believe me, if you can shift your mindset and transform the way in which you absorb nuanced legal information basically on a dime, you can do anything. So, more than anything, I hope that the fact that you've now faced extraordinary and unexpected challenges and triumphed has given you the confidence to do hard things. And of course, your well-earned confidence in your own abilities also necessarily carries with it certain responsibilities. Adaptability is your new superpower, but what will you do with it? That is, how will you direct your time and talents moving forward? Let me start to provide a potential answer, because one of the things that we've all observed over this past year is that the United States of America has many resources, but it also has many needs, including the need for skilled lawyers who can defend the rule of law and promote access to justice. As you head out into the professional world, I sincerely hope that you will keep both of these responsibilities in mind. On the rule of law front, you've now all been trained regarding core constitutional values, and if you intend to practice law, you will be required to take an oath affirming those principles. That is a solemn pledge, and once you've taken it, it will be your obligation to ensure that your practice conforms to the highest standards of ethics of our profession, including honesty, character, and fidelity to the principles that animate our Constitution and our justice system, no matter what arguments you're making or whom you represent. Practicing lawyers are also obligated to ensure that every member of society has access to justice. As recent graduates and new practicing lawyers, there will come a time when you're asked to take on clients who may not be able to pay for your services, and you might even be called upon to represent indigent individuals who are unpopular or who have been accused of committing crimes. When that opportunity arises, please take it. The rule of law, to which we are all committed, cannot flourish unless the legal system is fair and open to all, and that means everyone is entitled to have effective representation. Pro bono legal service is both a good skill building opportunity and a high calling, because our justice system can only function properly if talented lawyers like you step up and do the work of representing people who do not have financial means with just as much zeal as the work that is done for paying clients. this duty always reminds me of the front facade of the Supreme Court. You may have seen it in person or in pictures. And of all the things that could have been engraved above the front door of our highest legal authority, what is there, standing alone, are 4 words: equal justice under law. That is a stark reminder that equality is a critical component of our justice system and that lawyers are the primary protectors of that core constitutional value. In short, I urge you to remember that ensuring access to justice for all through pro bono service is both a privilege and a duty. And I know that you will always act in accordance with the highest ethical standards as is necessary to support and defend the rule of law. There will be plenty of time to put these principles into action as you chart your professional course, and I'm sure that your resilient skills will serve you well in the months to come. In the meantime, I hope you will take pride in what you've already accomplished, and to that end, let me thank your friends and family for all of the support that made this day possible, and once again express my sincerest congratulations to you for a job well done. The future is yours. Good luck, and be well.
First, let me say a huge thank you to the woman who has been a shining light at Penn for so many years, President Amy Gutman. You continue to make all of us proud. To the Dean of the Law School, Ted Ruger, and to your class president, Anita O, who was so kind to send me a personal note asking if I would speak this year. Thank you to both of you. It is an honor. After leaving my day job at ABC hosting The View about a year ago, this is really the first invitation that I couldn't resist, because all of you graduating today are going to play a huge role in shaping and in many ways healing what I still believe is the greatest country on earth. No pressure, guys. You don't have to start solving all of our biggest challenges until tomorrow. But seriously, this is your moment. It is now time for you to fly. I'm going to do my best to be as open and honest as I can with you, because while I've been lucky enough to live what I only dreamed about on my graduation day, I've also failed a bunch of times. I've lost elections and been fired. And in front of millions of people, I even asked Lupita Nyong'o how long it took to do her hair and makeup for Star Wars. She was an animated character, by the way. Not my best moment. As you all go to start the next phase of your life, a new job, maybe a new city, you will inevitably be thrown into things that you've never done before. I remember so well, thinking back, anchoring my first show on MSNBC. I was just 27, so anxious, so unsure of myself. I tried my hardest to fake it and sound older and far more polished than I really was. I spent way too much time watching other anchors around me, listening to how they spoke, how they asked questions, how they read the teleprompter. I couldn't get out of my own way. Well, not too much time passed in this new job before my executive producer and now one of my life mentors, he pulled me into his office and he said, "What are you doing? You're trying to be anything but yourself. I hired you because of you." He then said, "Don't be afraid to be vulnerable on and off camera, because it's real and no one can take realness away from you. Instead of focusing on what you're not good at," he said, "focus on what you are good at and then become great at that." I've carried that advice with me ever since. We all have something unique to offer. Figure out what that is for you. Well, that experience also taught me about having a good mentor. I'm sure many of you have a mentor in your life or someone that you look up to, but if you don't, then you should find one. Be actively on the lookout for that special relationship, not just someone who has a career that inspires you, but someone who is also the kind of person that you hope to be. And try to be someone else's mentor. Be that person that you want others to look up to, because the world will only be better for it. So in my world of TV, we can say whatever we want. We don't really have rules. It's now complete entertainment. And journalists and TV personalities are taking full advantage of it, saying what they need to say to build their own brands, to get a headline, or to trend on Twitter for the next 24 hours. It's quickly become all too self-absorbed and obsessed with ratings and money and fame, in place of facts and truth, or giving the audience what they deserve to hear. Well, the trouble is, it's impossible to have any real debate if no one can even agree on the same facts. And that is filtered right into our politics. Instead of spending time trying to agree on reasonable, good policy that impacts all of us, they spend way too much time furthering their own personal agendas on national television or on their social media platforms. Think about it. How often today are journalists and news personalities and politicians the headline of the story that you're reading? Shouldn't they be the ones telling the stories or helping us understand what's going on around us? It is now a me world. And then we wonder, why do we feel so far apart from each other? Honestly, this is one of the big reasons that I had to step away from TV. I felt like I was only adding to this problem and to the divide. I wasn't helping to solve it. Just look at Twitter. Think about Twitter for a moment, a platform created to help give everyone an equal voice. How many have now been silenced because they've been bullied or threatened for whatever their views are? What's the difference anyway between fact and opinion anymore? It's hard to know. My fear is this, that entertainment media, our new version really of news, politicians and social media only adding more fuel to that fire, will continue to weaken and destroy one of the main things that this country was founded on, freedom of speech, which is why your career within the law, whatever you choose to do, will matter more than you probably even realize and is so needed. As lawyers, you have to play within the rules. You don't have a choice. You live in facts and in truth. You also have to be able to make your opponent's argument with clarity, even if you don't always personally agree. Some of you may go on to represent some of the most vile, hated people in the world because your jobs will be about arguments based in principle and rule of law. It's one of the things that I love about lawyers. You are actually trained to listen to each other. This is what we need more of. It's not about you or your ego or building your own platform. It's about the rule of law. Well, some of you will become practicing attorneys, or maybe you'll go into public service or a totally different path from your expert legal education, maybe even television. Many of you will become part of the great debates of our time, and I thank you for that. But I do ask this of you. Dedicate at least some part of your life, no matter how small, to keeping our democracy healthy and thriving. What makes America unique is its ability to remake itself and to heal its wounds. Your charge as you wake up tomorrow starting your new life chapter is to help heal our wounds and to create a more perfect union. Because talk shows, we can't do that. You can. That is what makes your life and your work so important. I won't end with my own words of wisdom because you all deserve far better than that. But I will leave you with the wise words from my own dad, my number one mentor in life, who has selflessly served almost every president over the last 30 years. He loves this country and he loves Penn probably more than anyone I know. He spoke at Penn's graduation years ago. This was his simple advice then, and it is still my advice to you today. Find yourself. Find a cause. Face failure. Find someone to love. I'll add this one. Find a mentor. And finally, I'll add this one too. Use facts, principle, and selflessness as your compass. Congratulations, graduates. Go make us all proud. And in the words of our own Benjamin Franklin, don't let the bastards get you down. Or was that someone else?